the grief of letting him go. But for me, my journaling really helped me because I looked back on what I wrote and it kept making sense. He needs a father. He needs a father. I can't be this right now. Give me 10 years. Yeah. But we can't wait that long, you know? So, yeah. So he, and then fast forward, I meet my husband and I'm grieving and kind of a mess. And he's a mess for other reasons. And we're kind of a hot mess together and we get pregnant before we get married.
The grief part is like, I could be there. Like, I can't go to heaven, but I could maybe be there in some way. Does my child need me? Do I need to be there? Are they okay? Are they not okay? And like, and I don't know. And as a mom, when you really love your kids, it like just eats at you that like, do they need me? For them to choose not to want you too. Like my sister, like it's so sad because we have a cousin that my girls like ask about, and I have no idea how she's doing. Like, I don't know. And I want to believe they're okay. And I understand her reasons, and our family is definitely not perfect. And I've had periods of times where I thought about estranging. I have myself, because the intensity of the differences in the life I'm choosing now,
right?
Theirs that they're just kind of in, and there's decided they're them. They're not going to change. This is who they are. It's become more predictable for me. And then I've chosen to just be like, okay, well, but I can approach this differently, or I can decide how I want to deal with this, because I feel like if I pulled their grandkids away from them, I'm somehow almost making the situation worse. Like I don't know. So for me, it's like I just have figured out what I can tolerate to keep the relationship there. Yeah. But I also have to have these like ridiculously firm boundaries around it for myself and for them that have been hard to really implement.
Yes.
But I feel like it's better than me have just cutting them off.
Yeah.
Like, I also feel that mom of like, I don't know how my child's doing. I don't know if they're okay. Like even if my mom's not and I aren't super cohesive or like really close buddies or whatever, I can still recognize she's my mom.
Yes.
And so I think we've lost that somehow in some ways, and we expect too much out of our families. I don't know. But it's too bad that's happening, because that's a different level of forgiveness. We're around the theme of forgiveness here and identity and things like and I feel bad when my parents feel like, well, we're just not good enough for like, I'm sorry, I'm not the mom that you want or something like that. But it's like, but you're unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
Around you too long, it's unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry, I have to put this boundary.
Yeah. And boundaries are healthy. You know, they really are. It's when somebody chooses to quit trying, you know, stop everything. I'm just going to walk away.
And I don't think we did that until social media gave us this way of like canceling, blocking. Like we dehumanized people and realized we could do that. I swear before social media, that wasn't something you do, because you couldn't text somebody and not see their face. That's what I don't like about technology, is there are things that are said and that are done, that are posted, that you would never do in person or in public.
No, you wouldn't.
And I think that's what's kind of led to thinking this is okay somehow. Because it didn't just happen overnight. We've had to have tolerated something and gotten a be desensitized enough to where we could do that and justify it a little too easily. So I feel for you with that a lot. And I wonder if my sister will ever come around and will know how she's doing or not. And then with my daughter who's older and who was adopted, and my sister, I feel like I just have to pray for them. I have to just put it in God's hands and say, I hope they know how much I love them. I or at least someday I get the chance to really tell my side of the story and get their side of the story so that I can gain understanding and perspective. And we need that. And stories are what do it. Writing is what does it. I mean, like physically writing is getting lost in cursive, and like, no, we were meant as humans to do things. Like I do online school, and I end up spending a lot of money. Like they like, oh, we're saving your money. You don't need a textbook. But then I end up like printing a textbook. And
I know.
I can write notes, and so I can
I
write my
know.
vocabulary words, because I know my brain has to do that, something physical. Like online's great in some aspects of who you connect to and what you can do, but being in a room learning with people is still always best. Physically writing is still always best. Like, we just have to get back to basics in so many ways. So I appreciate the holistic, the approach to different things, and I find places for it where I can. And sometimes I kind of fantasize about what would it be like to like just live out in nature and cut everything off and have no cell phones. But I don't know if I would be able to do that right now. But like, I do think about it, because I think we all are. I'm seeing more and more people looking for opportunities to do that, to completely disconnect from technology and get back to connecting with their loved ones, going camping or just going somewhere and having no phone zones and no tech and no internet, and like remembering who we were kind of as humanity before that came in. It's like someone was saying with these AI things coming here and there, like, we've lived without AI before. We've lived on this
earth again.
We haven't lived without farmland before. We haven't lived without water before. Like, we need our basic needs. We need the earth that was given to us. And I think we have to look at that with ourselves. This is the life that's been given to us. This is the body that's been given to us. And getting that inner work and that peace that you have. And self-compassion and self-forgiveness. And then, controlling what you can control. I can't control my sister. I can't change the past. I don't want to get caught in the fear of the future that people are. What can I do today? God gave me today.
Yes.
Who's possible today and why? I love how I get on the podcast. It always feels very serendipitous. Path and when, put yourself out there in a way to be open to what is still good. There's still so much good going on in the world. But we only hear about the bad because it sells. There is just as much opposition in all things. There's something good and there's something bad in front of us every day. And I think that helps us too, to forgive and go, oh, I'm going to pick the good parts of me that showed up today, the part of me that did at least this much today. Let's count
celebrate the little wins, right? And when I first came back to this, I was really getting cold feet about publishing, because I mean, it's not like I say anything, horrible, or anything. It lands on hope. The book lands on hope. And I feel like one of the big things that I have learned with the estrangement of our daughter is how much I love my parents, because I went through several years of being not estranged, but I didn't talk to them much. I mean, I just lived my life, and I didn't include them. And especially my dad, because, he wasn't part of my life very much. And now I love my dad, and I hope that they read the book and feel honored. So I don't know. So it was scary. It was scary because I'm pretty real. I'm pretty raw in the book. And I was considering not even publishing it. And then felt like the Lord said, you've been hiding under a bushel for a long time, and it's time to take that off and just live the way I've given you to live, be who I've given you to be, and let the chips fall where they will. I'll take care of them, So that's what I'm doing. And
I laugh when you say that, because I think about how, like, just age 40, for some reason, you just don't care anymore what other people think.
Oh, realize even more.
My life. What am I doing? I'm wasting all this energy when I should just be living. And when people tell me, don't you want to be younger? I'm like, no, this is the formula. Okay, if you want to ask me what I want to be, I want to have the energy of a 3-year-old. I'll take a body in my 20s because it recovers well and all that.
Yes, exactly, right.
I want the wisdom of a 100-year-old, because no, I don't want to go back and be dumber than I was. I want to take all these lessons, all this richness, all the color, all the beauty of life, like that replaces the fact that I'm getting older or whatnot. This knowledge that I have, this experience, the empathy that I have learned through these experiences, the things that have broken me open
Yep.
the beauty of life. And that's the beauty from the inside out, not just the superficial, the unreal that we see that is very temporary, right? And so the work that you're talking about too is not temporary, and then having an eternal perspective on what we do in our family. Like, I do have a full faith that I will have a conversation with my sister again someday. It's not in this life, but she will always be my sister, and my older child will always be my older child, and God's timing on that. And when you have that eternal perspective on things, it's a lot easier not to get caught in the unreal and the temporary and the things that aren't going to last and don't give happiness anyway. Life is about living, about experiencing. It's not about the accolades and all the things that you get along the way. I coached a woman once, and I do this method where I do 7 minutes and they kind of review their life really quickly, and I don't prompt them too much because I need it to be whatever is raw at the time. And all she did was list all of her accomplishments for 7 whole minutes. I pointed that out to her after she was done, and I'm like, this is all you talked about. Do you realize that? And why is that? And we dive deeper into it. And it always makes me think about, where are we putting emphasis on what success looks like? Where are we putting emphasis on what is valuable? And we put that on ourselves, or did someone else put that on ourselves? But also, we come into this world with nothing. We leave this world with nothing. So what do you think you're taking in that coffin with you? Like, the car's not going to fit.
No.
It's not going to give you the money to put in there. You can't put the house in there. Like, I mean, so what are you really leaving here when you leave life?
Right.
That totally changes what you're pursuing, how you view yourself. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about evolving. It's about growing and becoming a better version of yourself. And that's all you can do. You cannot change anyone else. You can influence, persuade, you can set an example, you can read a book. There are things we can do to put positivity out in the world, but then it's up to them. It's up to our kids, and that's the hardest part.
We always said, I manage me. That's what I tell my students. I'm like, I'm not going to manage you. I can't manage you. I wouldn't even want to try. If you want to fail, here's how you fail. If you want to pass, here's how you pass.
Your choice.
I just manage myself, and on a good day, I do well. So, and once
what God does with us,
there's
the whole world. Here's all these reresources. Build a family for you. Now go, do good, and I'm here. You need me. But I can't do it for you.
I'm gonna walk with you. So I'm a birth mom too. Actually, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I heard you mention it. What's your story?
When I was 23, I was in college, and I was in my last semester actually, and I was just walking both sides of the line, and going to the Christian college campus groups, but also partying on the weekends. And I got tired of waiting for Mr. Right and decided I was just gonna do what I wanted. And that's all it took. I was pregnant a month later, and, or a day later, whatever. So I did what I know. I wrote. And actually I went to a bookstore, a little Christian bookstore in my town. And I'm like looking at all the books, trying to find anything that said, I've done this, you can do this, you'll be okay, And all I found were what to expect when you're expecting, and you and your husband are having your first baby, yay, nothing for me, right? And the little gal at the bookstore tried to help me. She was so sweet. And back then with no internet, right? So we're in the big book, we're scrolling through all the topics we can think of, and nothing. So I thought, okay, then I guess I'm writing the first one. So that gave me my audience, and I started writing letters to other young women who were going through crisis pregnancies. And and then I ended up writing letters to the parents, writing letters to my son, writing letters to God, all of it. And published it in 2001 or 2 anyway. It was called The Gift of Sam. So that's still out there somewhere. Like, you could buy used copies, but
I gotta find that. It's interesting because with my situation with my son, there was a woman who found me during COVID and had me pre-read her book, and she kind of felt the same way as you. And she wrote a book called Single Mama Shine, and she's in the UK. And her book I found extremely helpful for me because it was the same approach of, okay, you're pregnant. Now what can you do about it? And like these really practical things, like even things I need to know about my body that weren't going to be prepared without a partner and different. And then the local Hope and Pregnancy Center were so great and so resourceful and so helpful. So but it's amazing that you came to that earlier, because I would have been looking for your book had I known.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, and now actually it's been, 1990 it was when he was born. So what has it been? 26 years. Yeah. He reunited with us 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's married. He has 3 babies. They live about 4 hours away. So not too far, but you know.
Yeah.
And we are rewriting our story together now. So
he knows about the book and now you're rewriting.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is. So we are kind of a success story, adoption success story. But I know like not all of them are. And there's some that are hard, you know, but I feel like at the time I just did the best I could for him, and God took it from there. And
motherhood. That's the thing that makes me mad when these movies like just skip that part. Oh, she got pregnant. She got left alone. They might show the big belly and show some sad music and then baby born. And like, that is a life altering experience.
Yeah.
And can be traumatic or it can be supported. Mm-hmm. And so what's interesting in my story is it's making me think of my first and my last child, because the first child I was married and he was abusive and I left and I tried to work things with my family. And then I did the adoption behind my family's back.
Oh, wow.
Really
brave woman.
Our relationship hasn't really ever dove into talking about it. So there's always that awkwardness or whatnot. I don't know their version of the story. Maybe someday we'll work it out. And then I had the traditional marriage that thought it was going to go well. And then my last son, I got ditched during COVID pregnant. And then I really got to, and it's weird because people assume the minute you say birth mom, they think you were a teen pregnancy. They think you were a college pregnancy. So what they didn't get was, oh, she's gone through this before.
Oh,
was the attitude I got from some people. And thought, oh, she's done this before. She almost this, you deserve for it to be hard. And and it wasn't that way at all. But I was kind of glad that I'd had other children, that I had through it, because it was me and God in it, in a lot of it. But luckily, because I had the knowledge, I found that book. Like, it's interesting how he can make a mess and make a miracle out of it.
Yeah.
But some will see it and some will not see it. Some will choose to see the miracle and some will see what they want to see and what they want to see in you, so they can feel more comfortable with themselves and whether they helped or not and justify their actions. So it's been interesting to see people's reactions as they come out of it, but also just me realizing how much it's needed to share these stories, how much mothers need support, especially single moms. And like, judgment has no place in it. A child coming into the world is a miracle. It is a testament to life goes on.
Yes.
We have many people who've been raised by single moms and single parents who have gone on to do amazing, miraculous things. So why are we discounting it? Why put every mom should be helped, I guess. And so any book, anyone willing to share their story is a lot of what made this podcast, because I wanted to take the situation like you and make something positive out of it. I wanted to become a testament to God and his ability to do things, and to the miracle that I chose to let my son be. Not, I mean, what's interesting, and I haven't talked in here before about it, is I did a lot of journaling to work through a lot of things though. And I don't want someone to necessarily read those journals, but then I sometimes think, would it help somebody? Because there are a lot of thoughts you have to work through when a gentleman just ups and goes. Because if you attach that identity to the child, you can resent the child like the father, and then that's why some people won't understand why I chose that. They think I resent this child, that this child took me back, this child ruined my life. No, not at all.
No,
my child is not his father. My child is not a mistake. The relationship was, but my child is not. And so it's interesting to see all the variations of that. But
Yeah.
how much of it could be resolved if we just chose to support a mom? We just chose to celebrate life. Especially as infertility is becoming more of an issue these days, and it's harder to get pregnant. Like, every woman should be adored for being willing to carry a child, no matter what the circumstances are.
Yeah.
And that child is meant to be here. I mean, his story is so cool because he outrolled cancer. Other problems that I had, my female problems completely stopped that I was having before him.
Oh, wow.
On his sister's birthday, 10 years apart, like a week after I finished 2 college finals. I was in 2 universities during COVID.
Wow.
Like, you can't tell me that he's not meant to be here. You can't tell me that isn't a very cool, I don't know if cool is the right word, but like you said, yours is a success story.
Yep.
Like, I want to believe there's some version that the other child in the adoption is a success story, but I just can't see it yet. God sees what that is about and what that path is and why.
Right.
And I can put my love on it. I can just put my faith in it. All the things you talked about, hope, faith, love, those are a formula for success in every situation that you find yourself in as a mother, as a parent, as a human being. If you can bring those things into it, that's how miracles happen, because that's when God can come in.
Yes.
Come in if we put any kind of barrier on those things. He can't work miracles for you because he gave us agency. And agency means some people make really horrible choices and do horrible things to good people, vice versa. But it's the only way we fully choose faith. It's the only way we fully experience hope. It's the only way we realize how precious and how powerful love really is. And the love for a mother for her child really could be a theme through everything that we've talked about here. There is nothing like that bond and that love. It is. It is. A mom will go through hell and back for her kids, and I know I will, and I have, and I will do it again. I would do it again. No questions asked. And
and you don't know that necessarily, so my first pregnancy was Ian, which is the child in the gift of Sam. I named him Sam. They named him Ian.
Yes, I got a different name too.
Yeah. And so I thought, oh, good, I can just give him a family. That's what I'll do. I'll give him a family and I'll be fine. I can just make it through 9 months and then I can go on my merry way, right?
Right.
Well, no one really tells you that motherhood kicks in.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah. And the grief of letting him go. But for me, my journaling really helped me because I looked back on what I wrote and it kept making sense. He needs a father. He needs a father. I can't be this right now. Give me 10 years. Yeah. But we can't wait that long, So, so he, and then fast forward, I meet my husband and I'm grieving and kind of a mess. And he's a mess for other reasons. And we're kind of a hot mess together, and we get pregnant before we get married. So I am in this situation twice. Same, here I am. The first time I was a hero. The second time I was just broken, broken and ashamed. And I think that's where it all started. That's where the shame started. And, just kind of culminated after that. And I remember being at my daughter's crib when the daughter I had when Phil and I got married then, and the pregnancy was a baby girl. And I remember just sitting at her crib at night and she would be sleeping and she was so beautiful. And I would just watch her and I would just sob. I would just cry. And I remember thinking, I don't know why I'm crying. God, I don't know why. Why am I crying? And I just sob at her crib because I just didn't know that I could do a good enough job. I just thought I'm gonna fail her. I'm gonna fail her, And I think if I had someone come into my life at that point, like if I could go back right now to me sitting at that crib, I would say, honey, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. God will transform you into his image. You don't have to do this yourself. You just hold his hand. You ask him for patience. You ask him to see your children. You get sleep. You eat well. You take care of your physical body so you're not freaking out. And you get some help around you, because we had nobody. We didn't have grandparents. We didn't have anyone available. We called on friends sometimes, but that ended up not being very wise. And just go where you need to go so you have support,
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
And homes are isolated today, and we make them act like they're heroes for it.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing it all on your own. Way to go at home, Mom.
Yeah.
Not to do it alone. Yeah. It's interesting that you talk about what happened when you had another child, because everyone for me is like, oh, when you have another one, it would all be better. It'll make everything better. It'll be okay when you have this new family. And I remember distinctly because I gave my first up at 9 months, which was not the plan, but it's just how things went. And so when my new child hits 9 months, all of a sudden, all this grief hit me of like I had lost with that first one. Because now I'm like, oh, what would this have been like at 10 months with her?
Oh, wow.
And so it was this bittersweet of like, yes, I get to have this again now in the second chance, but what I've lost.
Yeah.
I will always wonder what I will never know. Yeah. And I didn't want to feel that. I just wanted to enjoy her, but I had to process. And that was a little rough, especially for my ex now, who was like first time father. So he was just like all in that. And here I am like
you're grieving.
And I'm in this grieving place, and we have this brand new baby, and we're a family and everything. And so and then like when the man abandoned me during, like, I thought we were engaged. Like it's a story. I haven't shared all the details there, just to be kind of respectful in some ways and protective as well. But like, I remember this distinct moment. I wrote in a book, actually, it was an international bestseller called Thrive and Prosper. It was a collaborative book. And I shared COVID, looking at my belly when COVID hit and sitting. I had gotten to the point in my pregnancy, I was walking up and down a University on the Hill, and I had gotten so tired that when I would come home, I would have to sit for 2 hours after being on campus with the backpack with my big belly and everything. And he was not in the picture. I think it's better in a lot of ways. Maybe he wasn't, but how did I get here? Like I would born Christian. I had been a birth mom. I had done the temple marriage thing. And now here I am pregnant alone with 2 kids in the middle of a pandemic in a community that doesn't know me, complete narcissist on my life. And nothing how did I get here? Like, so some of it was like, I felt like I had to take this responsibility. I had to take this look at my life. Why do I keep attracting the same men? And got some mentors in my life that pointed those patterns out that no one had been blunt enough to point out to me before. Like, have you thought about why you're attracting the same kind of men? Like, you need to look at this. And like, why was no one ever that like helpful? They were like, oh, you've been through a lot, poor you. Or like, I don't like people that coddle me. I'm like, give it to me straight so I can
stop doing this. Yeah.
I had to forgive myself first to get to that point. And so when you were telling your story, I was thinking about that moment. I looked at my belly and I wrote about the story and how my son was worth it. But I happened to be taking a self-compassion class from the university at the time. And I think it was a godsend, because between that and the book that the woman wrote that I was helping her publish and reading about how she had gotten through it, I found the strength to face myself, that civil war in my head that I mentioned earlier. Stop that fight. Stop fighting old identities. Stop fighting what I was told I was not supposed to be, what I should not be, that I should be ashamed that my life was ruined. Or people say things like, don't give yourself to any man, because then you're like a chewed stick of gum and no one's going to want you. I mean, why do you say things like that to young women? Like, you know what I mean? I had those kind of things in my head that I had to kind of work through and go, no, I still have value. I still have worth. There's still someone out there for me someday, still waiting. But, I mean it all. But it's that journey you came to, that identity of self, like being finally able to look myself in the mirror and just go, we're a masterpiece in progress. Yes. I'm going to take this a day at a time. I'm going to do better than I did yesterday. I know where I was, where I don't want to be. I also know the patterns that got me here. I know now when I'm in my right mind, my wrong mind, and I know that wasn't all my fault. And a lot of it was things that were not good for my body and situations that just from the wrong people that were not my friends, who were not looking out.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And so this is my motherhood. This is what it is. in this podcast and all the stories that are shared on here. That's what's meant to be. There are resilient mothers out there. And I just want anyone who hears these episodes, we've had such a beautiful variety of guests on here share their stories that if it hits one person,
I know,
and they can step up and they can become more resilient and they can own their motherhood. That's all it was about. That was all that it was for. If it's just that one person, because I needed that person, right?
Yes. And I mean, Jesus says he would leave the 99 for the one, right? Absolutely. So we do too, right? Absolutely. And he showed me this whole thing about back to the estrangement, because I beat myself up for that for a long time. And then I felt like he said, look, I'm a perfect parent. Do you see all of my children doing well? Do all of my children love me? Do all of my children walk with me and talk with me? Or do I have some that lie about me? Do I have some that malign me and hate me and even side with my enemy over me? And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Yes. Right. So if you're perfect and you've got kids that have gone off the deep end, well, then who am I? I kind of feel like it's like he is with me in my suffering there, so I made mistakes. Yeah, I was emotionally absent for a lot of my girls as growing up. I didn't know how to even be me, much less be a mother, but I've forgiven that young woman. She is a part of me. I love her to death. And I really believe that my kids are going to come home. 2 of them are actually kind of off the charts right now. But I keep praying that they would know the truth, and because the truth always sets you free. And then it takes me off the hook because I don't have to tell them what the truth is. God can tell them what the truth is. I'm just asking him to do that. Right.
Our job is just to love them.
Yes.
And when we see that in every human being and we take out the judgment, wouldn't the world be a better place if we just went out and loved everyone?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And once you forgive other people and yourself, it's like all the ick comes off, because we start believing lies about ourselves, about other people, about God. We get paranoid. We get weird in our thinking because we start thinking that they're thinking that they're thinking that they're, and it can get ugly, and I'm sure
really, they're not thinking about you. They're living their life. They're just doing their own thing.
Yes. And so, I just think if everybody were able to just keep their hearts clean of that kind of unforgiveness and bitterness and resentment, wow, the world would be just a better place.
Well, and that's the fight today. It's an inner fight.
It is.
It is. Most of us, at least in the modern world, have our needs met. We're kind of comfortable. We're kind of complacent. So what's the fight for? Our attention, for our mind, for our well-being, for our health. And so that is the fight on a very, very real level. Well, I've absolutely loved speaking to you. It's so interesting. We have some commonalities in here I don't always have.
I didn't know. It's really
great. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope people find your book and they use it. And listeners, thank you for listening to this really raw, real, authentic, not scripted, never is conversation here. There's people out there that are like you, and maybe you're that person who needs the help, or you're someone that could help someone with this new perspective. Because it goes both ways. And when we can have charity, the pure love of Christ in all situations, and recognize when we're needed, or be willing to be brave and ask for help. It's not really for everybody to be blessed. And so thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. Any last thoughts, and where can people find your book?
Yes. You can find me at michelletuff.com. My books are on Amazon. But I just want to say, no matter what those inner voices tell you about how alone you are and how unique you are, that no one else has thought these things or no one else has gone through these things, that's a lie. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're never alone. We've been through it. I mean, there's really truly nothing new under the sun. What you're dealing with right now, with that shame, that fear, that anger, God wants it out in the light so he can heal it. So I just bless you with courage. I bless you with strength, and I bless you with the ability to hold his hand and walk through your day.
And I'm just going to end with amen.
Amen.
God bless everyone. We'll see you on the next
episode. Take care.
Thank you for joining us today. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can share this message. We are a worldwide podcast with guests all around the world, and we want to continue to grow this community. You can find us on socials. You could also be a guest. Look for that link below if you'd be interested in being a guest on the podcast. If you know a sponsor or would like to be a sponsor, please reach out to me or Catherine as well.
Sure. We want you all on this journey. We want to hear your stories. We want to share your stories. We want to gain strength from each other because together we're stronger. And to never forget the blessing of being a mother and what we're creating. We're creating the future every single day of our lives. So get on this train with us and let's do this thing, moms.
I believe in you. Believe in yourself. God bless. And we'll see you around. Take care.